Oh, wow, Dee. Uh, so I thought, how do we go about this? And what I came up with was this is like I guess you could say almost like an advertisement in a certain way for the 4 weeks and what we'll kind of be going into in the 4 weeks following. So, and I thought, well, we could talk about maybe some really basic concepts and ideas that I've discovered over the years that have I look back upon the years of my meditation practice, what I've learned, what's worked for me, um, and kind of what hasn't worked for me. And just so you get a sense of where I'm coming from, I began meditation when I was 23 years old, and I'm 56 now. I think I'm 56. So I'm 56 now. So that's a lot of years to put in. And I think the first 18 were the hardest. uh, you know, uh, but I haven't met a lot of people that have meditated for that long. And uh, I think that if I would have had some specific teachings in that time, I think I would have gotten results quicker because it's a long time, right? It's a long time. So I just want to talk about monkey mind, right? What is monkey mind exactly? We all know that whatever monkey mind is, it's certainly misbehaving. It's definitely not cooperating, doesn't follow instructions very well, and makes a mess of things. This we all know. And what I wanted to bring into the class today was this idea about getting real about what monkey mind actually is, and that it's not just something that we battle with in meditation. Like if you sit down to meditate, and anybody that has ever sat down to meditate, it's difficult. No one gets a free pass. And if this distracted, wandering mind is messing with you, this monkey mind is messing with you in meditation, I guarantee you it's messing with you in life. It just is. And so we try to sit down and we try to become aware, become clear. And this wandering mind has all these other ideas. And that's when we're actually trying. So I thought, I think in my life, I think my first real conscious, I guess, awareness of monkey mind, I think I was 11 years old. I think I was 11 years old. And not that I would have called it at the time. This is like looking back. So imagine I'm 11 years old. It's Northern Ontario. It's deep winter. It's in the nighttime, and imagine snowsuits. All the kids are in snowsuits. I'm 11 years old in a full snowsuit, and one of the dads in the neighborhood, he's got a snowmobile. So he's a popular dad, and he's giving rides to all the kids. I shouldn't say all the kids. I think there's four of us out there. And he would pick a kid up and take off around the lagoon. You'd hear him go off, and you'd be like, "Oh yeah, you're so excited." He'd come back around, and then someone's going to get on next. And what I remember was standing there, cold. The nose is all frosty. Here comes the skidoo with the light, and the snow's like fog almost, and it's coming around, and he comes up, and I really want to be next. I want to be next so bad. But he points to the kid next to me. He's okay, let's go. And I had a little freak out. Like I went like, like something like that. And it just came out. And I knew as soon as it came out that I had just misbehaved. I was no longer a good 11-year-old boy. I was misbehaving 11-year-old boy. And then I got the look from the stern parent, like, that's not how we act. where's your manners type of thing. And then off he went with the other kid. And I remember standing there just really unclear as to what just happened. Like, where did this outburst come from? Why didn't I have any warning? why, why wasn't I able to have the 3 seconds it would have taken or to just stop it, right? And then he came back around and it was obviously my turn. It was like this sullen kind of, yeah, it's my turn. I was like, all the excitement, the balloon had popped and I got on the back of the thing. I was like ashamed, of myself. I held on to him and just kind of, and I tried to enjoy it, but, I was defeated by my outburst. And so I thought about that a lot as the years went by. Like, what happened there? And then fast forward, I guess I'm about probably 17 or 18 years old. And something similar happened again, where I had a relationship with an event, and it was Christmas time. And so everybody's opening their presents, everyone's happy, it's in the morning. And my youngest sister was opening up this present that she got from somebody. And she opens it up and she looks at it and she's all excited. And it's a cassette tape. You remember those? It was a cassette tape and it was Paul Young. And he had that one hit song, I think, Every Time You Go Away or something like that. This huge hit. But she was so excited. And she came over to me and she said, look what I got. And what I said was, imagine this is my little sister who like looks up to me. I'm like this demigod to my little sister. We're 6 years apart. We're both musical, and she looks up to me, and I look down and I said, "Oh, I hate Paul Young." Like, and then it was too late, right? I couldn't stuff those words back in my mouth, and I saw it affect her, and then I just felt real squirmy and wormy. And I didn't not know what to do. I didn't know how to apologize. I didn't say sorry. I just went into this state of what just happened, right? And me being who I was then, and us being who we were, no one talked about anything to anyone ever. So I just held that and had that very same association with it that I had when I was 11 years old. Like, what just happened there? Why did I have no warning? I just hurt somebody. And I don't even know why it happened. Why did I do that? Who did that? Why did I do that? Interestingly enough, so, that kind of ruined at least another 20 minutes of my Christmas day, and I stewed about that for years, and it haunted me for years. And so I think I apologized to her. And I think it took me, I was in my 40s, I think, when I apologized to her. Like I remembered it that long, that completely unaware moment. And I apologized to her, and she didn't even remember. I had to remind her. She just, I don't remember that. I don't remember that. And for me, it was this weight that I had carried, well, 20 years of my life anyway. So the reason why I'm kind of trying to associate that with this idea of what is monkey mind is how many events like that happen in our lives when we have no mind training, and we're living a life that is influenced by a constant barrage of thoughts that we relate to as our reality. So it's this story that we're living. We're living the story that we've knitted together by all these concepts, memories, fantasies, hopes, and fears that have become a storyline that we're living in. And because we identify with that mind, we're not free from it at all. We're actually imprisoned by this reality that we have taken on. And in order to free ourselves from that reality, we have to be able to, and I like this word, I've been using it a lot lately, we have to be able to endure awareness without any entertainment. And we have all kinds of entertainment that we, entertainment is not just like Netflix. Entertainment is, it might not feel very entertaining, but low self-esteem, gossip, fantasies about the future, memories, like in just tripping down memory lane, wishing the past was different, hoping for the future. Like we're so addicted to entertainment that it's spilled into our lives. We can't even stand in a lineup anymore without pulling out the iPhone. Like we can't even stand a few minutes with ourselves, with our own awareness. And so I just want to say that this path of meditation, like I've got good news and I've got bad news. Right? I've got good news and I've got bad news, right? The good news is anyone can succeed at meditation. Anyone can succeed. It's not based on a quality that only a select few have. Success at meditation is based on a quality that every sentient being has, actually. Every person has the ability to concentrate. And all you're really doing in meditation is learning to strengthen your concentration, which is, for most people, pretty weak. Most people's concentration is like pretty feeble. And you'll find that out when you try to meditate. But the bad news is, maybe it's bad news, but just kind of getting real with the fact that meditation is really a path of suffering. It is. It's misery. And anybody that says they're having a great time meditating all the time they're not trying hard enough. And or they're meditating with audios. If anybody tells you they've been meditating for a year and they're all great, they're listening to audios. Okay? An audio meditates for you. So one of the ways to become a great meditator is to get off the audios as fast as possible. Use them to learn, but get off the audios. But okay, just want to say that. So just get real with the fact that it's work. And it's not easy for anyone. And there'll be easy days, there'll be harder days. But the most success is simply doing it, is just doing it. And every single time you sit down to meditate, you've done the hardest thing. You've already done the hardest thing, just getting there. So I just wanted to say it's all encompassing. Meditation, the monkey mind, is all encompassing. And so other part of the good news is you defeat the monkey mind, and your defeat, your victory, is all encompassing. Your victory is all encompassing, because every single moment of your day is influenced by your mind. And if your mind is not clear, then what is it? It's clouded, right? It's obscure. It's foggy. By what? The wandering mind. But by nature, you are clear. By nature, you are clear. And it just takes some time. So I thought, let's do a meditation right now, and we'll see how we do. And then we'll kind of finish it up with a short talk. We don't have much time. So what's important about going into meditation, and I think you're all meditators. So when you're going into meditation, try to approach your meditation like, how would I say? You're turning inward, but you're not turning inward to escape. So I'll say a few words. It's easiest, especially in the beginning, to have your eyes closed. If you're having a sleepy kind of a day or drowsy, you can open the eyelids a bit to let the light in. But as soon as you close your eyes, there's a sense of turning inward. And we hear that a lot, turn inward, and it makes sense. Develop this habit that as you're turning inward, you're not moving away from anything. You're not trying to escape anything. You're not trying to ignore anything. What you're doing is you're changing the shift. You're shifting your focus to begin to notice your own presence. So immediately, as soon as you close your eyes, start looking for the sense of being conscious. And you're looking for that mysterious mechanism that is behind the scenes of everything, that is not your name, that is not your thought, but it's always there. So when you turn inward, think that you're going to discover something. You're going to discover. Give yourself a gentle smile. And if there's any sense of effort that is bringing tension, exhale that away. A meditation practice is unsustainable without deeply relaxing. Think of the back of your body. Visualize a channel, a tube of light that runs up the center of the back of your body. It's always a great way to start. Imagine that you have prana, energy, coalescing, drawing in towards this tube, this channel of light in the center of your body, near the back. And prana is drawing in towards it and gently, easily moving up And at the same time, you have a sense of this widening base. So your body is just planted, it's rooted, effortlessly settled. Now visualize the sky. Imagine it limitless and clear and blue and open. Now, if you could just stay, it would be enough. If you could just stay with this sense of presence that's grounded and open and expansive. But the mind wants an object. The mind wants something to look at. It wants something to fiddle with. So it will offer you other options, like a list or a memory or what's for lunch. Like, how about, forget about this spacious awareness. How about what's for supper? And so the idea is to be able to notice that that is happening. This is a huge milestone in your meditation practice. So if we're unable to sit and just be without the mind taking us away, then we need to do something. Give it something to do that we choose. So a great method is simply watching the breath. And if we're already have a nice relaxed base, then we can bring some clarity and decide, okay, I'm going to actually notice the physical sensation as the breath passes the nostrils. And that's my entire focus. That's my decision. So then you get this telescope-like focus and you point it at the nostrils with a steady base. This telescope is still. And you're noticing the coolness as the breath enters the nostrils. And you're noticing the warmth in the upper lip as it leaves. And here's where the endurance part comes in. Can you stay focused on that simple object for one entire cycle of breath? And then call that one successful meditation. And then try another one. And when distracting thoughts come in, you're in command. You're like, no, You're not important enough. There is no wandering thought that is important enough. Nothing outweighs the importance of fine-tuning your crystal clear concentration. Nothing comes close to it. So this is your motivation. This is how you endure. Now, if you happen to be having a very distracted day and the monkey mind is having none of it, you can trick it by giving it something to do. And that can be counting the breath. And you still treat one breath as one meditation, and you punctuate the pause between the exhale and the inhale with a number, like number 1. And then you stay clear and focused through one entire breath, and you've made it 2. And you do it once more, 3. And that's your only job. So we're going to release the meditation soon. But before we do, it's always very good practice to dedicate our efforts. So just imagine that, your own awareness of your own desire to be free of suffering and be happy must be the same as everyone else's. So you decide, may the goodness of my efforts assist not only myself, but everyone else. And imagine a light bursting out of your body. And it goes out to beings in all directions. And your wish is that they may all be clear and free and happy. And that the monkey mind retreats and they're free. And imagine it happening, take joy in it happening, and then let that light withdraw back into your body. We just sit for a few moments before coming fully out. And as you're getting ready to come out, then this other process is happening. You're going, okay, I'm going to stay in as I come out. Coming out of the meditation is just as important as the way you go in, maybe even more important. So whatever sense of presence that you touched into, that you're aware of, that's inward, try to let that be your home, your anchor, as you slowly open the eyes, but try and stay in. So that's a pretty, I guess, pretty well-known sort of standard method, the breath awareness. It doesn't work for everybody. That's why in the 4 weeks that we go into the course, going to present lots of different methods. It's important to have an object of meditation that you, it's not too boring, you know. So I just thought, why not talk about, just at the end here, kind of a recipe for success at meditation, a few things that we can think about. I think this idea of, I like these two E's, endurance and enthusiasm. You have to be able to endure, and you also have to have enthusiasm. The enthusiasm part is elusive. How are you going to have enthusiasm if you're not having these kick butt meditations every time you sit down? Um, Hopefully in your practice, you can get a glimpse or a moment or, 10 seconds of quiet. When I started, uh, it was very, very noisy. And then I recalled to this very day still, when I had a moment, just a moment of free from the insanity in my head, was a huge moment for me. It was like, oh, okay, maybe there's more, right? But what I found in my path was that what really helped me have enthusiasm was the teacher who looked to me like they were living a result of meditation, that they looked like they were living an obvious, livable, produced result. And they were teaching that result. Um, so if don't have a direct teacher and you haven't found one yet that you feel connected to, I, suggest playing with that, playing with, like, if you want to take a meditation path real seriously and really break free, get out of that monkey mind prison, then a teacher is going to just amp up your progress like nobody's business. It's going to, so that, and you'll see a result in front of you. When you sit down, you'll see a result in front of you that keep you going. So that's huge. And then I was just going to say, as far as like the endurance thing goes, whatever you do, sit every day. Whatever you do, like, just sit every day. If it's for 5 minutes, don't miss a day. Don't miss a day. Like, you're not doing yourself any favors by missing a day. Um, and the momentum will build from that. And I already said, as soon as you can get off the audios, um, use them, then get off of them, because you have to discover. It's a path of discovery, is what it is. You're going to discover who and what it is that you really are, which is, I promise you, awesome. What you are is awesome. That's, everything is awesome. You are awesome. You know, don't let this monkey mind convince you of anything different, and it will try. um, get real about distraction. Notice it. Notice when it's happening. Um, like funny things in life, maybe, well, a great way, when you're standing in line, that urge to go into the pocket and pull out the thing, just endure the moment. like keep it in your pocket and just endure in your mind for the 10 minutes it's going to take for you to get through, and then give the teller a smile, instead of like this, oh yeah, no, I got to get this, and she's bringing you up your stuff and you're like looking, you're kind of half there. And that's a distracted person right there. That's a person who's living in distraction, who's got the phone out. So you can have this project of like, okay, with my friends, phones away. In a lineup, I'm not pulling it out. And watch what happens when suddenly you're left with your mind in a place and you just become aware of what your mind is doing, because that's a beautiful opportunity to watch everything that the mind shows you, and just stop multitasking. That doesn't help. Stop as best you can. Stop multitasking. And what else is really, really good? Listen more than you speak. Really, when people are speaking, This is a really great time to plant the seeds. When people have you in a conversation, watch your mind. And when it starts to counteract and have these counter opinions building up in the background, that's a distracted listener. And then okay, I'm going to, no monkey mind, I'm going to listen. My object is the person speaking. No monkey mind, no thanks, and just hold it. And so what I'm suggesting here, before we close off, is that you get very used to the feeling of enduring the moment instead of trying to escape into some form of entertainment and just be here, be now, on the ground. And that ain't no sipping tea. That's not easy. It's not easy to just be present when we have so many things that can take us away from it. So I think that's all I wanted to say, and hopefully get a sense of, it's not going to be easy, but the reward is unbelievable. It's beyond belief. But you have to get used to the feeling of the monkey. Here's what it is. Get used to the feeling of the monkey mind not getting what it wants. Get used to that feeling and revel in that feeling, because it is the antithesis. It's the villain to the monkey mind, is getting used to it not getting what it wants. And just, that's your, WWF wrestling, whatever it is, that's what you want. So that's probably over half an hour. So thank you all. It's hard and fast 30 minutes. And I'm looking forward to like unpacking that in the 4 sessions coming up.
And I'll send out a reminder with the link and a little coupon for people who were here and for people who are going to watch the recording afterwards. John, thank you so much. And Mariska, thank you so much for helping with all the coordination efforts.
Yeah, you're welcome. Karuna. Thank you.
Thank you for Mind Oasis. It's I know it's a lot of work, and it's a great platform. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Good. Well, we look forward to your 4-week series on what's all that noise in my head during meditation and all the tips and tricks that you're going to share with us. So thank you so much. And everyone have a wonderful night.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
See you later, everybody. Nice to see you.